go, Frankie. Yeah, 1 second. Antonio Conte takes charge of his first Premier League game as Tottenham Hotspur manager as we travel up to Goodison to face Everton today to make it 2 wins from 2. Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, bringing you the preview and everything else you need to know for today's massive Premier League game. And, of course, we are joined by the 2 preview legends, I have to say, Phil Lettice and Philip Brady. Phil Lettice, how are you keeping, my man?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to today's game. Another stage in the Conte era.
Exactly, my man. I cannot wait. Philip Brady, how are you keeping, my man?
Yeah, great. The assault on the Premier League top 4 starts today.
It does. And look, we've a nice run after the international break as well. A nice run of 5 games. That should all be winnable. So top 4 is definitely doable. It's definitely doable. Let's see what Harris Army we have in the building joining us for this breakfast time stream. We have Dark Sung G says, "Come on, you Spurs. If you see this, Chris, I already forgave you at Josh's stream. I hope you don't make the same mistake. Sorry if you felt anxious. I wrote my comment on stats with Jack and fell asleep before it started." That's about him putting in Ben Davies in his starting lineup today, which is unusual for Chris. But big up, Dark Slung G. Legend, my man. You're a legend. Celery agents in the house, my man. The regular says we have a very good record against the Toffees, so I'm saying a 4-1 win. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Big up the regular. I hope you think things are well with you, my man. Big up Derek Hutchinson says, big up you guys. 4-1 to Spurs today. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love it, Derek. Absolutely love it, my man. We also have Adam, a morning Irish Hotspur stream. He must be my lucky day. Come on, you Harris Army. Yeah, no, look, all the previews, we're going to try and do them in as a sort of like a build-up to the game and stuff like that, Adam. So no matter what time of the morning it is, I'm here, my man. And, of course, the same as the 2 Phils as well, joining me, which I have to say a special thank you to because it is early. It is early, so a special thank you to the 2 lads, especially on a Sunday morning. Zanuska Ramchunder says, good morning, guys. Feeling pretty pumped for today's game. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Come on, you Flat Cap Army. Big up, Zanuska. I hope things are well with you. Also, 53 says, big up, lads and ladies. Come on, you Spurs. Come on, you Harris Army. Big yourself up, my man. I hope things are well. Kuva99 says, good morning, all. Already hit the like button purely for the people in the chat, lad. Big yourself up, Kuva. Absolutely, really appreciate it, man. I really do. He says, I'm feeling the Conte effect in full force. My head is saying a hard-fought 2-1 win today, but my heart just pushes it to the background and says, shut up, 3-0 easy win. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love it. Old Soul says, for David, Mrs. made scrambled eggs, smoked salmon on toast with hollandaise this morning, roast in the oven for game time. Yeah, look, honestly, Eggs Benedict, my man, I'd be lucky to get that treatment around here. I'll be honest with you, lad, you know. I don't eat like a king like you, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of salmon either, lad. Not a fan of salmon either. And Kuva reckons I was having the same. No, look, I'll be honest with you, the reason why I was a bit late is we were supposed to have a couple of other guests joined us as well, but I think they might have slept it out. Look, so I think that's why we were late. That's why I'm late. So I do apologize. Who else have we got in the house here? We have Alfie Gosling. Says, David, how long? We're started, my man. We're started. Big yourself up. Mr. Bonner, I'm here, my man. I am here. Big yourself up, Wayno. Leon M96. Come on, you Spurs. Morning all. Feeling positive about today. 3-1 or 4-1. I feel a win. Big yourself up, man. Absolutely love the positivity. This is the Conte effect in full force. Shamu Van Spurs nervous about the game. Don't be, my man. The result is coming. And Adam says he has that song stuck in his head all day. That's what it's about, lad. That's what it's about. Jay Taylor, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Jay. Hope you're keeping well, Jay, my man. I hope things are well with you, brother. Who else have we got? We've got MS in the house. Says, the Irish, are you having a video training session like Conte did when he was late for the presser? No, I wish I was. I'll be honest with you. I wish I was. I wasn't. Just trying to sort out the stream, my man. But big yourself up, MS. Hope you're keeping well, brother. Callum Brett is in the house. Says, come on, you Spurs. Kyle Hare says, looking forward to seeing Conte stamp on the team. Come on, you Spurs. Definitely are. Aidan Darty says, hi, guys. I'm back with a new profile. Big up, Aidan. I hope you're keeping well, my man. I hope you are keeping well. Ben Kaufman's in the house. Good morning, fellas. Let's not get too randy before watching the mighty Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. It's a bit hard, lad. It is a bit hard, to be honest with you, but we'll see if we can keep it away for a little while. Pamela Slims is in the house. Big up, Harris Army. 3-1 Spurs. Absolutely love it, Pamela. Big yourself up. I'm loving that. I'm loving the positivity there. I really am. Dark Soul G with the super chat. Big yourself up, Dark Soul G says, love Conte in the intro. I thought you were Delhi needed to be shipped out. Why is he still in the intro, lad? One day I hope you can add Pierre Emil Højbjerg Romero. Dark Soul G, honestly, it's not as easy just to take things out and stuff like that. It has to be specially done. I managed to get the Conte one. Next time I'm going to push my luck to be able to get Delhi out and get someone else in. It's about one step at a time, lad. There's so many people, trying to get a change and stuff like that. It's just one step at a time. But the next one, I'll get Delhi Ali taken out for your Dark Sun G. But big yourself up, my man. I'm glad you noticed, actually, because I've done it for you, my man. Gordon Cox says, morning, Irish Hotspur. Looks like the kettle's going back on and the shower's on hold. Absolutely love it, Gordon Cox. This is all about sitting down, having your morning coffee, looking at all of us smiling, talking about Tottenham Hotspur. What more do you want, my man? Liam One says, up bright and early. Can't wait to see my manager on the touchline with his elegant Italian suit and fine hair. Come on, you Spurs. I couldn't agree more, my man. Could not agree more. Connor Carolin's in the house. Verd Ben is in the house. Been up for 4 hours and I'm absolutely buzzing. I love it, lad. I love it. Dark Sun G says, I'm going 5-2 or 5-3 if catastrophe starts. Absolutely love it. So he's predicting goals today, Dark Sun G. Look, if Ben Davies and Dyer maybe do start and it's for Richarlison up against them, maybe they might score a few goals, but we're definitely scoring goals today. I have some stats to tell you why we're going to score goals as well. Big Boss Man says, woo! Big up, Big Boss Man. I hope things are well with you, my man. I really do. It's good to see you in. Good to see Ribsy in. He says 2-1 Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, Ribsy. The hot Spurs in the house. I predict 5-1. Come on, you Spurs. Big up, my man. Pete from the lane says, happy birthday for the other day, David. Hope we can get a big win today. Come on, you Spurs. Big up Pete from the lane, my man. I really appreciate it. You're far too kind, lad. Far too kind. Yeah, look, I won't be doing the watch along today. Jack, Phil, and Josh, I think you're doing the watch along today, guys. I'll be over with my family having dinner for my birthday because everyone was busy on Thursday for my birthday, and ultimately I was busy. We're going to have the dinner today. So, yeah, so I won't be there for the watch along, but I will be keeping an eye on the game, that's for sure. I'll be sitting right across from the TV. So, big yourself up, Pete from the lane. Really, really appreciate the support, my man. Tommy says, when Irish speak, we listen. Love you, boss. Big yourself up, my man. I really appreciate that, lad. What a legend. What a legend. Rowan Coomer says, hope you had a great day on Thursday, David. Let's celebrate with 3 points today. I know the best gift you can get. Look, my day was made by Tottenham winning. That's all I wanted, When Tottenham play on my birthday, there's nothing worse when they lose. Honestly, you feel like just like breaking everything you got for your birthday. So, the fact that we won, it means my presents were spared this year, Rowan. So big yourself, man. Really appreciate the support. Dark Sun G's in the house says, I love how Ole batters us and we get content. They lost a very one-sided game to City and can't get sacked because there's no one to replace them. 100%. They should have pulled the trigger quicker, lad. Should have pulled the trigger quicker. They weren't. So, absolutely delighted. We're the ones with content now, not United, and all of a sudden we're the one with top 4 hopes, and that's what it's about. Dark Slung G, big yourself up, brother. Really appreciate the super chat, my man. Callum Best says great shows. Callum Brett, says great shows. By the way, all the content is top quality. Thank you, my man. I really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate it. Look, me and Jack, we just put our best into it. It's all we can do, It's all we can do. So I'm so glad. I'm so happy that many people are enjoying it. We have Karen Timms. She's going 2-1 Tottenham. Big yourself up. Good score prediction. Loving the positivity. And Duncan Badnock says, love the show, but the background image isn't really easy on the eye. Yeah, look, no worries. I'll get that changed. There for the next one, my man. But big up, Duncan. Big up, Duncan. Really appreciate the support. Everybody, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. And feel free, to help the channel, guys, with a super chat too. It is a great way to help support myself and Jack on our journey, guys. Look, we don't have any big wigs behind us. We don't have anyone paying us a set wage or anything like that. So there's a massive, massive help. You have no idea how much it really helps, guys. And look, don't worry. I know not everybody is in a position to do it. So do not worry. We like to try and include everybody, and we will bring everybody's comments up as best as we can throughout the show, guys. So do not worry about that. But look, Phil Latis, what's your thoughts going into today's game, my man?
Oh, just buzzing. I mean, it's another step forward in the Conte era. Probably be a similar lineup, I would say, to Thursday, but just getting them to play in the right way, and it would be great to see a full performance throughout the whole game, not just the first half. But I'm quietly confident with today. Just can't, normal match day. Can't wait for it to start. Wish it was now. Just want to get on and watch the boys.
No, 100%. I can't wait. I cannot wait for this game to start. Philip Brady, my man, what's your thoughts ahead of today's game, lad?
Yeah, I mean, okay, we were all buzzing for Thursday night, and when you think about it, Antonio Conte probably only had a couple of hours with the boys before that game. He couldn't do anything until his work permit came through, which only came through on Thursday. So now he's had at least 2 training sessions with them. One of them, which went on for so long, he kept the presser boys waiting for an hour or so. So I'm expecting what we saw on Thursday night after 2 hours of him. What are we going to see today when he's had them for a couple of days? Big improvement, especially defensively. Like I thought the first 20 minutes against Vitesse, it was like the old Spurs again attacking. Okay, then the old problems surfaced. Then they got the goal back and the confidence drained a wee bit. But yeah, I'm expecting a big result today. Like we always do well at Goodison, so there's no reason today why Conte doesn't hit the ground running in the league. And I'm going for at least a 2-goal win, if not more.
Absolutely love it. That's what I'm talking about. But he's getting us absolutely pumped up for today's game. Come on. Vlad Turkanu says, you guys are like a refreshing cup of iced tea. When I watch the streams, the stresses and whatever is going on goes away. So much positivity. Great channel. You guys deserve everything that comes your way. Coys. Vlad, I really appreciate that, my man. I really do. The words, unbelievable words. You were way too kind. Iced tea, look, it's not a bad thing to be compared to be honest with you. I know people that drink it really, really like it. So, happy days. And look, it's all about, trying to find the positives, pull them out where you can. You know what I mean? Look, no matter what goes on, I'll always sit here with a smile on my face talking about, I just like to spread some positivity. I like to spread some joy where I can. And, a big dirty smile does that sometimes, but really appreciate the sentiment and the super chat and the comment, my man. You have no idea. Big yourself up, Vlad. Where are you from, Vlad? Or this is Euros. So where are you living, my man? Do let me know. Vlad. But big yourself up. You're way too kind of a message. Really appreciate it. I'm joined by Josh RG. Josh, my man, what's your thoughts ahead of today's game?
I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. First of all, just want to apologise. My mum managed to lock herself out of her house. So I've had to remain there with the spare key. So it's all fun and games. First thing on a Sunday morning, it's already starting to hit the pan. Spurs better turn it around and make it and bring home the bacon.
No, they will. Don't worry about that. Do not worry about that. Look, guys, I'm going to give everybody everything they need to know ahead of today's game. So, of course, we are away at Goodison Park. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The referee is Chris Kavanagh. He's refereed 4 games. He's dished out 16 yellows and 1 red. So I wouldn't say he's going to let too much go today, to be honest with you. I'd say expect a few cards. In the VAR room, just in case we get absolutely screwed over by it, it's Jonathan Moss. So he's the man to go to if we get, screwed over by VAR. That's a new thing I'm including into these. Everything you need to know is because, sometimes the VAR guys, they mess up the games for us. So I'm now giving out their names too because we need to start holding these people accountable when they make crap decisions. It is on, in the USA, the game is on NBCSN. And look, guys, is that game on Sky Sports Days or not on TV in the UK?
No, it's not.
Unmentionables up the road.
Oh, they're showing them other dimwits in the stupid red colour jerseys. So it's not on live in the UK. And guys, of course, the watch along starts at 1:45. So make sure you get yourselves back here, guys. No pre-match pump up on We Are Tottenham TV today, as I will be going for dinner. I won't be on the watch along either. It'll be Josh, Phil, Latis, and Jack. So guys, make sure you tune in back here at 1:45 for that. Of course, Tottenham, we are sitting 9th in the Premier League table. We've played 10, won 5, lost 5. We're sitting on 15 points. Our last 5 in the Premier League, we've only won 2, but we've lost 3. We have not lost at Goodison Park in the Premier League since 2012, which is a good run to go. It's 9 years. I think it was you, Philip, saying yesterday, why not make it 10? We only have 9 goals in 10 Premier League games. Believe it or not, it's actually our lowest return since 2013. We've only had 103 shots in 10 Premier League games. It's our lowest amount of shots since 2003. Son has 4 goals in the Premier League. He's our most crucial player when it comes to the Premier League. But hopefully Harry Kane comes to the party today. He has scored 11 career goals in 12 games versus Everton. So he does like a goal against Everton. And I'll be honest with you, 5 occasions out in them games, he scored a brace. So the guy loves 2 goals against Everton. So he might even double up today. Who knows? Look, I reckon we could go with a 3-4-1-2 going forward, which would probably change to a 5-3-2 defensively. Conte, believe it or not, guys, he is actually unbeaten versus Everton from his time at Chelsea, keeping 4 clean sheets in 4 games. And Conte has won his first 3 games in charge of Juve, Chelsea, and Inter. Let's see if he can do the same at Tottenham. With Everton, they are 10th in the Premier League, right behind us. They have played 10 games. They've won 4, drawn 2, lost 4, and that puts them on 14 points, 1 point behind us. So they're right up our holes. Everton, their last 5, they have won 1, drawn 1, and they've lost their last 3 on the bounce, which is absolutely brilliant, losing to West Ham, Wolves, and Watford. They don't like teams starting with W's anyway, that's for sure. Gray and Townsend, with Dominic Calvert-Lewin out, they are the most crucial players in the Premier League so far, both with 3 goals each. But Richarlison is always a threat, and I think he's got like between goals and assists, three goal involvements in his last 6 games as well. So not bad. So he will be a threat. Everton's main problems, believe it or not, they actually are just weak in midfield right now without the core. They're poor in defence right now as well. They're being ripped open. They're being overrun in midfield. And they do concede on average 12 shots per game so far this season, Everton. So if we don't get chances today, there's something wrong. There's something drastically wrong, because we should be getting chances. Everton probably will line up with a 4-4-1-1, or they might change it to a 4-3-3 today, as they have been overrun in midfield an awful lot. So they might change it to put that extra body in the middle. Andros Townsend, believe it or not, a lot of people reckon he might score today. Well, here's a stat. He has never scored or assisted against us since his departure. So hopefully that run keeps continuing. And Benitez has lost the last 4 games he has managed versus Tottenham Hotspurs. Players out injured is Ryan Sessegnon for Tottenham and Brian Gilmessi. He is more of a doubt than actual out, but I wouldn't say he'll take part. But the 2 of them are out with hamstring injuries. Everton with a nice long injury list here. It's brilliant because a lot of them are first-team players. Yerry Mina is out with the hamstring. Abdoulaye Doucouré, he is out with a foot injury. Dominic Calvert-Lewin is out with a broken toe. Andre Gomez is out with his calf. But Lucas Digne, the left-back, the set-piece specialist, he is back. So, guys, there you have it. There's absolutely everything that everybody really needs to know about today's game. Stats and everything else. So I hope you enjoyed that little segment. But look, let's keep moving. Let's keep trucking along. Dark Song G says, if we had Nuno versus Benitez, we would have a 90% chance of losing. Now that we have Conte, we have a 98% chance of winning, because Conte is better than Benitez. Look, Nuno got out-taught by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, out-taught, out-tactic. So if Rafa Benitez would definitely be able to do that to him, that's for sure. But look, we've got the Conte in charge. With a new way of playing. Kane looks reinvigorated. Son was like a Duracell bunny for the first half last week, So we're pumped. Believe me, I think we're going to go in and win this. Everton, they don't want to run about. That's their problem, Dark Sun G. But I could not agree more. Big yourself up, brother. Really appreciate the support. Vlad says, I'm from Cork in Ireland. Big up, Vlad. Big up, Vlad. Yeah, I've been down there. It's a lovely county. It's a big-ass county too, lad. Takes hours to get from one side to the other as well. Big yourself up, my man. Big yourself up, Vlad. Andy Bond's in the house as well. Big yourself up. Peter Kipp is in as well, my man. Yeah, there might be a couple of changes, I would say, lad. Maybe a few small changes. Yeah, free kicks, Andy. We are poor. We do need to get that sorted out, my man. Dark Sun G, oh my God, it's Moss in VAR. That's not a good ref, in my opinion. Yeah, look, John DeMoss, that's why I wanted to sauce the name for everybody. So if we do get screwed over, which we have been, you know where to send your hate mail, Dark Sun G. I've done that especially for you, my man. So big yourself up. Really appreciate the support. Mr. 333 is in the house. Big yourself up. Really appreciate it, my man. Really appreciate it. Booyah. Hey, dude, regardless of my team, I generally think you lads will be challenging for the title next season. Conte is a winner. All my love to you, Mr. David. Big yourself up. Really appreciate the support. What team do you support? Do let me know. Do let me know, my man. But look, and we'll go to Phil Lettis and work our way around. Conte turned up over 1 hour late for his press conference for today's game. It was supposed to be at 1:30. He still wasn't there at 2:30. Conte's reasons for his lateness, he was still working with the team on the training pitch. Now, we have many issues right now, lads. Going forward, fewest shots since 2013, or fewest goals since 2013, fewest shots since 2003. Kane only has 1 goal in Premier League and hasn't been himself. Defensively, we switch off from set pieces. We are also prone to an error. We are also changing formation, trying to press higher up the pitch. He also said he has taken on a big, big challenge. Where do you think Conte will look to start to fix the problems on the pitch, Phil?
Unfortunately, I think it highlighted in the Vitesse game there's so much to do, but fitness does play a big part in it. You know, they were saying in the summer that Nuno was really going for the fitness, but we still don't look Premiership ready or Premiership fully fit. So for me, that's a massive part. But the most comforting thing is it's not just talk. It's not just it might happen. You know, Conte's out there going, this is what I want. This is what you're going to do. So knowing that he's out there, giving them all the extra, you know, stuff like that is just great. I think just with the team, they probably need a little bit more composure in the middle for a little bit longer. We still, you know, there was still a lot of positives the other night. We went down to 10 players. We still held on to that lead. And I think all of us would probably agree if that was a week before under Nuno, that was game over. We'd have been out of that competition. So I just think he'll have his plan. He's very meticulous. He'll work his way through it. And yeah, just, you know, it'd be great to see it this afternoon. I think we'll see another little step forward. So yeah.
I hope so. You know, I really do hope so. I really do. Philip, you know, where do you think Conte should start kind of rebuilding this team and, you know, getting it ready? Where does he start with so many problems, man?
Well, I think as it showed on Wednesday, Thursday night, we still have issues defensively. I think he's got to move there. Okay, look at the front three that started on Thursday: Lucas, Son, and Kane. I mean, that speaks for itself. If they're on form, they don't need much work done with them. The defense certainly does. Like, we go to sleep at set pieces. We don't seem to be able to mark when a corner comes across. So I think that's what he's going to work on first of all, you know. But one thing I'll say about him, these long training sessions that keep going on longer than they should, you can be sure the players are listening to him. I get the feeling they weren't listening to Nuno. They were probably figuring out where they were going for the dinner after the training session rather than listening to him. They will listen to Conte, because if they don't listen to Conte, they're going to get one of those stares that he gives. That's enough to put anybody in the frighteners on anybody. Yeah. So, right, I would say it's the defense he's going to work on. And just one other thing I'm going to say, like, thank God he played Hugo Lloris on Thursday night. Yeah. Hugo made 3 brilliant saves in that game, which I'm not saying Chiellini wouldn't have made them, but, you know, you've got to say that they were world-class saves. So, like, fair dues to him for that. He saw that he needed to play his best keeper there. Yeah, I would say now the pick of the defense today is going to be interesting. Whether he sticks with the same middle three, same middle three. Eric Dyer got a lot of criticism for the second goal, I think it was. But to be honest, I think the blame really attached to Emerson and Moura for farting around out on the right wing there, trying to get rid of the ball. You know, they came in and, okay, Dyer might have reacted a bit quicker. He didn't, and the ball was in the back of the net. But anyway, so yeah, defensively, we have to go for it. And just one thing I want to say, I'm delighted to see John Moss is on VAR today, because even he can keep up with a computer. Normally, he's 20 yards behind the play when he's playing at a match. So, you know, I'll give him that. I'm glad he's not refereeing us. I'm glad he's on VAR, you know. And where was I? Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting after 2 training sessions, Friday and Saturday with the lads, I'm expecting to see a totally different starting position from Spurs today. We saw a bit of it on Thursday night when we went for them at the start. You know, there was none of this 10 minutes passing the ball around in our own half. Okay, there was a little bit of it, but I'll use it as an example where we're going to be. That second goal by Moura, that was classic Tottenham. 15, 20 passes, split the defense, back of the net.
Absolutely love it.
So let's see more of that today. But let's see Harry Kane on the end of it, because Harry still needs a goal or two to get his confidence back.
No, I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Absolutely brilliant answer, my man. Dark Song G says, I think Conte will work on his set pieces, attacking and defensively. Look, needs to be worked on mainly defensively because it's costing us goals, which seems to be every fucking week at this stage. Attacking, yeah, look, I can't remember the last time we scored more from an attacking set piece. So we definitely need to start on them. Free kicks as well, especially when you have a player like Lucas Moura who picks up so many. Need to start taking advantage of these babies. That's what we need to do, Dark Song G. But big yourself up, my man. Really, really do appreciate it. Josh, you know, where do you think Nuno start ironing out these problems, my man?
Don't ever call Conte Nuno again.
Oh, Conte, sorry, my bad.
No, do you know what? You know what? You know what it is? you love to see it, don't you? You love to see it. Like Conte is taking absolutely nothing from these players at all. If their performances ain't good enough, he's going to keep them on the training field those extra couple of hours to brush up on where they went wrong.
Yeah.
It's about time we had a manager that did exactly that. It just goes to show why Conte is classed as one of the best managers, if not the best manager in the world. I had an argument with a Liverpool fan yesterday who said that Jurgen Klopp was a better manager than Conte, and I was like, no, you're lying. Absolutely no chance whatsoever. Do you know what? I still feel like I'm in dreamland in the sense that we've actually got Conte. But I mean, I'm fully behind him. And all I am going to say is all aboard the Conte Express. All aboard the Conte Express.
I love it. That's what it's about. That is what it's about.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Look, for me, Conte has many issues. Look, I think one of the first ones is set pieces. I think, look, defensively, they're absolutely killing us, these especially from corner kicks, absolutely killing us. And look, the next one I think then after that is getting Harry Kane firing. But I think the biggest one is he's going to have to find that link man between the defense and the front line. A lot of the ball just seems to go bypass the midfield. He has to find that link man in there. How he's going to do it, I'm not sure. Does he take Lucas Moore out, bring in an Ndombele, put him in there? I'm not sure how he does it, but for me, I think it's absolutely necessary to be able to do it, to be able to play his style, because he likes the wing backs to get the ball, pass it inside, and bomb on the outside. So I do think it's crucial that we do get someone in there to do that. But guys, we still go back to you, Phil. Phil, what do you think of Conte bringing in these fitness coaches, and one of them specifically for Ndombele?
It's almost like it's been put in by you just to be able to do something on your stream. It's like, but again, I suppose my biggest question is, don't knock it at all. It's absolutely brilliant. But why do we have to wait until we get, Antonio Conte to come in to realise these players aren't fit enough? Every single one of us, none of us are professional football players or analysts, but every single one of us watches the game and goes, they're not fit. They need to do some more. They drift off in the second half and stuff like that. And it's just shocking. But I'm just so pleased. He's obviously been able to go in and go, this is how I'm running it. If I don't think they're fit enough, I'm doing something about it. And, if we're on day 2, because I think Philip's right. I think the first training session was Friday. So he's had 2 training sessions with them. So he's spotted it already. So, it's just great. And I just would hope, before long, they're going to be like, training and so fit, so much fitter than they are now.
No, I couldn't agree more. Brady, what's your answer on that? Well, are you happy with the 3 fitness coaches?
Yeah, I mean, the first rule of playing professional football is you have to be fit. I mean, we were ultra fit under Pochettino. Really fittest team in the league. Mourinho didn't seem to give a toss about fitness. I thought Nuno was supposed to have a great fitness guy with him. If he did, he wasn't doing his job. So he's
supposed to be world
class. The fact that we have to bring in 3, supposed to be, yeah. But anyway, that didn't do his reputation much good. The fact that we had to bring in 3 fitness coaches now is more of a slap on the wrist for the previous management than it is for what Conte. He's obviously seen the need for it. The 1 or 2 isn't enough. We need 3. So I'm expecting, okay, that's going to take a few weeks to kick in. So after the international break, the players that are still left in the ground, that aren't going away on their travels, will probably reap the benefit quicker than the guys that are playing the internationals. But it's a great, and as getting one for Ndombele, I'm smiling at that because the first thing he probably did was got a nap on his phone, showing where all the nearest McDonald's were, so he could stake them out to make sure the man wasn't going to them. But no, it hasn't taken Conte long to work out where our problems are. He obviously been sitting at home watching TV for the last 6 months. He's probably well aware of them. So when Daniel Levy came calling, he knew exactly what he was asking for. He gave Daniel Levy a shopping list, and you can be sure he's got every single item on that list, or else he wouldn't be with us now. So I mean, this is a great move for Spurs. I mean, and I know Levy is maligned, and we still want him out of the club. But I'll take my hat off to him for going out and getting this guy in. because it's what the club needed. Let's put it this: Spurs need Conte far more than we need Levy.
Right now, anyway, that's for sure. That's 100% facts, my man. 100% facts. But Josh, same as you, man. Are you happy that Conte has made this move and he's already identifying clear problems?
It's about time we had a fitness coach, I think. I mean, it's about time we had more than one fitness coach. I think it's about time we focus on fitness. I love that. Absolutely love it. I mean, we've seen what this guy can do to players. Look at Lukaku when he went to Inter Milan. He was a beanpole on legs, and now he gets his nutritionist and his fitness coaches in, and now Lukaku is massive, like huge, and can run for endless amounts of time. That's a Conte effect. If he can do it to the likes of Lukaku, imagine what he can do to the likes of Harry Kane. Imagine what he can do to the likes of Sonny. Imagine what he can do in the Ndombele. Like, no more McDonald's for the Ndombele, mate. He's gonna be laying off the cheeseburgers. He's gonna be eating more like lean meat. I think, like eating steaks. I'm excited to see what this guy can do, but it's about time. Fitness is a key part of football, and if we ain't fit, we ain't gonna play. We look like we burn out after the 60th, 70th minute. So to have the coaches in place to make sure that we have energy 100% of the time, perfect. Love it.
No, look, 100%. Look, for me, I think it's crucial. For me, I've been getting really, really pissed off over the last 2 years, I'd say. You're watching Tottenham put in 45 minutes, whether it's a really good 45 minutes in the first half, or as the game's over and done with by half time, and then they come out trying in the second half. We haven't actually been able to put 90 minutes together. I wonder how much of that is down to fitness problems as well. I'd say a good bit of it. The only 90 minutes we did put together was Newcastle, and that's not really saying much, to be fair. But bringing in the one for Ndombele, I actually think it's a good move, I really do. Look, for me, the guy really pisses me off, right? He really pisses me off. He's everything that you should not be showing to a young lad that you want to be when you're older. But look, at the end of the day, there's a player there. He's not going anywhere. And believe it or not, but apparently Conte sees him as the most crucial player, He sees him as the most crucial player. He wants to get him going, and he wants him to put him there in that midfield. So hopefully this fitness coach, he can work wonders. Look, he'd probably have to bring a chef with him as well, just to keep him away from the local kebab shops and McDonald's and Burger Kings and stuff like that. Maybe Daniel Levy probably should put an investment in a salad bar right beside his house, open up a salad bar. Hopefully try and get him to use that. It'd be a good investment, to be fair. It really would. It really help. But the fitness coach is absolutely massive for Tottenham Hotspur. Look, you heard players crying about under Jose, but at the end of the day, they are paid fortunes to keep themselves fit. So, but in terms of getting Pochettino fit the way we were, that's the reason why we were able to play some of the saucy ball we were, is because we were just fitter than everybody else. Teams are dying out. We were just still out running all the way to the 90 minutes. So it's a very, very shrewd move. Joshy, you had your hand up, my man.
Yeah. I mean, I've lost my train of thought a little bit. Where was I? Yeah, no. In terms of like the Ndombele being, you can tell that there is that Ndombele has got the potential to be a great player. He is still young. He has showed moments of absolute class, but I think his dieting habits have just let him go a little bit. But for Conte to acknowledge that and be like, look, we know that there's a player there. There's develop you even better and make you better than what you have been. Yeah. It's perfect. There's a reason the Ndombele cost us the money that he did. It's because he's a good player. He's been absolutely tin pot as of recently. So it's about time. It's about time the Ndombele got his shine. The confidence you put in the Ndombele, mate, that will shine on the pitch.
I think he's right there. I think it's the most important thing is if he's got a special fitness coach in just for him, that says he's not going anywhere in January or anything. Conte obviously believes in him. And if he can improve him like he improved Lukaku, you think... sorry, I just got sidetracked there.
I told you you did. I knew it. I knew people start coughing onto it.
Yeah, I'm just, obviously he knows he's got a player in there. I think Thursday night was absolutely calling out for him. And if he can bring him up to the level that, in the improvement that he did with Lukaku, then we've probably got a steal on our hand there.
Yeah, I think if Ndombele is any cop on about him at all now, he'll realise the fact that they're bringing in a guy, especially to keep him fit, shows he's highly regarded by Conte and has a big future at the club. It's up to him now to knuckle down and do what we know he can do. I mean, the guy has got talent to burn, but he just seems to be holding it back for some reason. So let it rip now. Let's see the real Ndombele. It's his third season. It's time he was doing it.
No, I couldn't agree more. Look, for me, I'm not one of these people who like to run around after fat guys, you know what I mean, and beg them to perform and stuff like that. He should be doing it himself. He's a footballer at the end of the day. He's paid millions and millions of pounds. Look, Pochettino, one of the best fitness coaches. He has one of the best teams in terms of fitness in the world. He always has done. The guy couldn't get onto the field. Mourinho running around his partner block with him during quarantine. Could still barely get on the field. Dropped under Ryan Mason. Nuno, had problems. I think he wanted him gone, ended up having to use him. He put in a good performance against Newcastle. But this is the time. This is the one. I'm sorry, but any players who go missing under Conte can get out the door. I'm talking Dele Alli, Harry Winks, Ben Davies, Ndombele. If they do not get into Conte's team, along with all the fitness guys and everything else, they have no reason to complain or cry. There's a fresh manager in here, new fitness coaches. After that, if they just don't put it in or they're not good enough, they can leave the club. It's the last chance I'm willing to give any of them whatsoever. Ndombele better seize this moment. There's a fitness coach coming in, especially for him. Why he couldn't employ one himself, I do not know, but the club are supplying one. So he better start. We better see rewards from it this time. If we don't, I couldn't care less. Get him gone. Get him start applying for jobs in his local McDonald's behind the till or something like that, because I am fed up with the guy. So look, hopefully Conte can get into his head, because it's all up here with him. If you can get into his psyche and crack it and get him to follow you, he's going to be unbelievable. He will be unbelievable. We have to get in up here with him. And I think it's one of them cases. He might let you in so far, but then pushes you away. I'm not sure what the story is. But Faz Radfar says, Harry involved in all 3 goals versus Vitesse. 4-1 today. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely love it, Faz. Yeah, look, I actually thought Harry Kane had a very good game, to be fair. His hold-up play was brilliant. Every time the ball came inside, they were looking for him to hold it up. I thought he held it up brilliantly. Look, I'm sure a lot of us thought we were watching wrestling at one stage. You know what I mean? When your man was giving Harry Kane an RKO, Regulon was pulled down by his face. You know what I mean? But, we got the job done, and hopefully we can get the job done again today, Faz. Really appreciate the support, brother. Everybody, there's 250 in the house this early in the morning. You're all incredible. Make sure you smash that like button, everybody. Make sure you smash that subscribe button if you are new to the channel. The big push for 5K is on before the 21st of November, which would be the first year anniversary of the channel. And like Faz, like Dark Song G, like Vlad, and so many more before, guys, feel free to get in a super chat. There's a great way to help support the channel, and it means you skip the queue as well, and we get straight to your comment. But do not worry, as always, I will keep bringing everybody's comments up on screen the best I can. But big up Faz Radfar. Really appreciate the support, my man. Look, back to Lettice. Lettice, we were cruising versus Vitesse on Thursday, my man. 3-0 up, but yet again, sloppy mistakes at the back cost us. How do we cut out these sloppy mistakes at the back? Is it a personnel change or is it a tactical tweak from Conte?
I honestly, I think it's both there. Again, that first half an hour the other day, we looked solid, we looked good at the back, and then poor defending at a corner, and they're back in, and then another mistake somewhere else, and they're back in. And I think that's what he'll be working on. I think he would have ripped that squad for those 2 errors, because it put the whole of the second half, the whole of the game under such unnecessary pressure. So I would say I trust that he will be practicing and training and doing the set pieces, the free kicks, all of that sort of stuff to just try and improve that. But the other thing that was really good as well, which I loved the other night, is when they got the 2 goals back, did you see how animated he was on the touchline? He didn't stop coaching them. Go over there, play, pass. He just was all over it. So there was no let up from the players. Even if they were thinking, oh, he hasn't shouted at me for a couple of minutes, he's watching everything. His brain's ticking over. And it's just great. It's so what this club needs, and certainly this football team, without any shadow of a doubt.
No, 100%. I couldn't agree more. Philip, look, again, is it because we had Davies and Dyer, either side of Romero, that kind of the gaps were there when Vitesse broke on us? Or is it tactical that we kind of, you need to kind of have someone to shore it up? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I know there's an awful lot of hate against Dyer and Davies on this, on most, social media. But the way I look at it, there's a bit of a long-winded answer to this, but Conte's come into the club and it's a blank canvas, right? He is going to give every player a chance to prove himself. And that includes Ben Davies, Eric Dyer, Harry Winks or whatever, right? So what he saw on Thursday night was, okay, actually Davies did not have a bad game, in all fairness to him. I can't really think of any major cock-ups that he made. Okay, Eric Dyer made a couple, that's fair enough. But we've got 5 centre-backs there, really, at the club, including Tanganga, Rodon, Emerson. Romero, and Sanchez, and who's the other one? I lost my train of thought. Anyway, the 5 we have. Anyway, now he's got to decide which are the best 3 for him. So I can possibly see one change be made today. Now, who he's going to bring in? I'd like to see Joe Rodon get a chance. I have a lot of time for Joe Rodon. Yeah. Maybe Rodon for Dyer today, right? But there's one thing we've got to get used to here, and there's going to be an awful lot of bitching and giving out if the team selection Conte makes does not agree with what we think it should be. If he thinks Ben Davies has done well in training and he plays him, you know what the reaction is going to be here. But what I think we have to do is, regardless of what 11 he puts out on the pitch, we've got to get behind them 100%. We can bitch about the mistakes afterwards if they make any. But, this thing about only supporting 9 of the 11 players is on the pitch, that's not good enough. It's all or nothing if you're supporting Spurs. So, anyway, going back to the thing, I think Thursday night was a bit of a mix.
Do you know what, Philip? Just quickly, I do get what you're saying, but they've brought on the hate from fans themselves. Nobody else. We don't I'm not denying that.
I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is, if Conte reckons they're good enough to put on that shirt, let's stick with them. If they feck it up, okay, fair enough. They won't play the next match. That's one way he's going to find out who he can trust and who he can't. But I think he saw enough on Thursday night that there will be changes in that back 5 tonight or today, right? It was a mixture of, I think, a bit of complacency. We got 3-0 up, and the sort of the pressure was off a little bit, and maybe relaxed, and the concentration levels went down, and that's what cost us, especially on the first goal. We were standing looking at that corner coming across. Nobody actually reacted to it. So whereas the second goal, well, I mean, it was a well-worked goal, but we should have stopped it as well. So I think concentration is a huge thing. He's got to get those boys to 100% concentration. And Hugo Lloris, again, here, has got a big part to play as a goalkeeper. He should be balling out these guys. If he sees somebody not reacting quick enough to a corner, or he can spot someone not marking their man tight enough, get onto him. There's got to be an awful lot more vocal shouting at each other, cajoling each other, pointing out things, what you're doing wrong. And I think that will come in time. Now, we're probably lucky enough that we've got a good run of games coming up. We've none of the big teams to play in the next few weeks. So I can see the bedding in process is a lot easier playing the likes of Brentford and Norwich than it is playing Man City and Liverpool. So, he's just come in at the right time. So let's face it, we've got to look positively. We've got to look at the hope that the players that have been so badly maligned and rightly maligned for their performances increase their commitment to 110%. And if everybody's fighting for places, can only be good for the rest of the team.
100%. I couldn't agree more with that. We do need everybody fighting for places. That's for sure. Kuva99 says we have players who aren't comfortable under pressure on their passing, and their passing goes astray. I think that's why Conte wants Ndombele to feature heavily. Phil, Letitia, you're nodding your head. Do you want to answer this one?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely spot on. It's that link between the midfield and the front 2, 3, however many he puts up there, which we haven't got at the moment. We've seen all season it's just been long balls. Now, if you're a central defender marking Harry Kane and Son, and the long ball's coming over, you've got it all day long. Whereas he'll be fitter. We clearly covered that this morning, but he's got an eye for a pass, and that's what we need. That's just the absolute critical part of this team, for us to be scoring goals, because we know the guy's phenomenal. He just needs to do it regularly, and I'm hoping now that he's going to believe in Conte and get a wall aboard the Conte train.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, and I couldn't agree more with what Kuva has here to say. Look, we're not comfortable under pressure on the ball. Look, that's why we need someone in the mold of a Carrick over Modric, and Ndombele is the solution right now, and until otherwise, maybe even until we dip into the market, to get someone to can play that a bit deeper, so then maybe you can play Ndombele a bit further up the pitch. That would be ideal. But big up, Kuva, 100%. I could not agree, my man. I could not agree, lad. Really appreciate the support, Kuva. Absolutely brilliant, and brilliant on the fan show. I want to see you again tomorrow for the fan show, my man. Ribsy85 says, I love it when Phil gives us a ticking off for being mean to the players. Not being funny, it's great to think about that angle too. We need balance. What do you want to say, Philip?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm too long supporting Spurs. I take more a measured view on things. But I was just thinking there, this is a bit off topic, but it'll fit in nicely with this one. Do you know the way we've called Conte the Godfather since he came in, right? I don't know if anyone's ever seen the Godfather movie, the first one. But at the very end of it, Al Pacino, who would say that's Antonio Conte, right, sends out the boys to get rid of the 4 people he doesn't like in life, right? And he bumps them all off in the last 5 minutes of the film. So there I'm thinking, Ben Davies, Eric Dyer, Harry Winks, Dele Alli, they're the 4 that I think are most in the firing line if Conte doesn't like them, If I should suggest anyone watch the Godfather. It's brilliant the way he does it, And then we go back to the question. Yeah, I mean, I'm no fan of those players. Believe me, I'm not. But I do believe we've got to be fair and give them. If they turn up and play well, why should we criticize them? If they play, it seems some of these guys can do. If they had the game of their lives, they still get criticized. That's what I'm trying to get at. If they play well, give them credit for it. No. Look, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. Look, the reason why I picked out Dyer, because look, I actually think the corner kick was shocking. And then the other one, he was too far away from getting the blocking on the shot. But Ben Davies, look, people say he had a good game. His passing was crap. And he was running up further than regular. And he's supposed to be left-sided centre-back, not left wing-back. And that's why I've criticised Davies from Thursday, because I genuinely don't think he had a good game, Phil. Well, I mean, I'd class a good game. He didn't make any major cock-ups in defence, which he's done before. Right? Okay, you could say he had an assist on the 3rd goal. Wow. It was his shot. It was his shot that was going wide before it was put in. Anyway, I don't understand how he didn't bury it. I really don't. Look, we got goal off anyway. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Anyway, we'll agree to disagree on that one, but just give the guys a chance. Just give them a chance. No, 100%. Big up, Ribsy. Really appreciate the support, my man. Really appreciate the support, brother. But Josh, same to you, my man. Is it a tactical tweak that maybe Conte needs to make with one of the midfielders, or do you think a change in personnel is needed?
I think a mixture of both. Heavily. I think we need to bring in some players in January, but I also think we need to switch it up. We need to have a set formation that we go with. I as much as I've always said that I love the guy, I genuinely think Eric Dyer should be the first casualty in the sense of he needs to go. You need to get someone that's not going to make as many mistakes as he has over recent weeks. And as much as when he puts the shirt on, he shows that he loves the club. I just don't think the level's there anymore. Dele Alli's another one. He's too busy trying to be a Bob Marley tribute act than he's playing football. So get him gone as well. Ben Davies, I think, needs a chance. Honestly, I said this to you the other day. Like, I think Ben Davies had a good game, and if we see that Ben Davies week in, week out, and we slowly start to see an improvement, he could be a crucial part to that team. Maybe he's a left-sided centre-back. But
here's my
again,
point. Are we going to see an improvement? This guy's been here 8 years.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
No, but the thing is, like, look, I'm all for sitting here giving everyone a clean slate. But, you know, how many managers? 8 years. Are we actually going to see an improvement?
How many managers do you know that does what Conte does? Who look at Victor Moses, who was having an absolute mare at Chelsea. Conte changed him and Victor Moses was undeniably one of the best players in that team that year. This is what I mean. Like, Conte is known for taking players and teams and turning them on their heads and making them better. Like, it's a process, and it will take time. But like I said, I'm willing to give him a chance. 100%. But again, there are some players that I just think are beyond help. I think Bergwijn's going to go as well if he doesn't convert him to a wing back, because that's really the only option I have for him. He can convert him to a wing back and see what he can do there. But I don't see it working very well. But no, it's going to be a mixture, change of personnel and a solid formation, and using some of the players that we've already got.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was looking at the game Thursday. It's when Vitesse managed to turn the ball over, we were broke on very, very quickly. That is a concern going forward. I'll be honest with you. Look, I do think maybe a bit of personnel change at the back will solve that. And I also think maybe a bit of a tactical tweak. I do think it's both. Look, with the goals conceded, we've had, I don't know how many different managers. We keep playing the same guys and we keep getting the same results. I honestly don't expect why. I honestly don't sit here understanding why we think we're going to see any better. I understand Conte has to give them a chance, but look, he gave Dyer a chance, and look what happened. You know, I mean, this is my point. We can keep giving them, rolling them out chances. Look, if Conte plays them, you just have to go with it. You have to get behind it. You have to suck it up and see what happens. But look, you know, Davies had a chance against United. Look what happened there. You know, it's shocking. Dyer midweek, shocking. Look, I'm all for giving out these chances, but I can't keep giving them out chances at the cost of 3 points every single week. I can't do it. James, look, I agree with you there, my man. Look, Lucas, I would like to see more input, but look, he does a very good job. He works hard. He works harder than a lot of other players out there, and he picks up a lot of free kicks. So until we buy someone to kind of put that competition out on that side, I think we just have to be satisfied. And I do think we need another centre back. That's for sure. I definitely do, James. But big yourself up, my man.
Just to touch on the whole Lucas Moura thing. I had this discussion with my brother yesterday. I think Lucas goes in the summer. I genuinely do. I think he goes.
There's rumours that Conte is maybe looking at him to go. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
think we know that at some point in his career he wants to go back to Brazil. He said this himself. He wants to go back and play in the Brazilian league. Yeah. Maybe the summer's the best time for him to do that. Because if Conte's going to come in and bring in players and make changes, he's going to. We always said there is going to be one player, a big name at Tottenham, that will leave. If it isn't Højbjerg, which everyone's saying it will be, what if it's Lucas? What if it is Lucas? It can happen. It can happen.
Yeah, no, it can. But big up, Dark Sun G. I really, really appreciate the support, brother. Really appreciate the support. He says, didn't you guys love Conte's press conference compared to Nuno, Mason and Jose's? It's been a very long time since I saw a very great one. Yeah, look, I have to say I really did. Look, we'll go to Philip Brady. Philip, did you watch the press conference? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a breath of fresh air because Nuno's press conferences were like trying to solve clues in a cryptic crossword. You know, someone would ask him a question and he'd be half an hour working out the answer, you know? No, he said it as it is. He said it. Some of the statements he made were very pointed about the club has made sacrifices to get this. I mean, you can read what you like into that. I mean, the flippantly, you could say, well, Joe Lewis has put the new yacht on hold for a year. But more likely, it's that he's money that was maybe going into one project is now going to be diverted onto the playing side, buying new players. I'd imagine that's what it means. Yeah, I mean, he listen. He didn't come in saying everything's fantastic. This is okay. He said it's a big club. He wasn't trying to paint a rosier picture than we know we're at. We know we're not in a good spot at the moment. We should be far better, and he knows that. And the press conference was focused. It was driven. It was intelligent. It was thought provoking. And in the end of the day, I wouldn't like to see him at a press conference after a bad performance, because I'd say he will really, there'll be no holding back. You know, he will just let rip. That's what we need. We need honesty. We need honesty, and we need everything up front. And I think we're going to get it with this guy.
No, I hope so. Latis, you happy watching the press conference?
Yeah, and the most important thing I would say is when he spoke, we listened. And it's like we listened to all of it. It wasn't just yeah. You know, he didn't rush into any of his answers. There were obviously a couple of politically correct answers that he said there, but it still goes back to the same thing. You've got this fantastic manager that's going to come in. He knows full well within 2 days of training with that squad what needs doing, how he's going to do it, and the plans will be in place. But they're obviously not going to announce all of that, are they? But yeah, from his press conference point of view, I just thought it was absolutely fantastic, because you really got a vision of how he's thinking. And, you know, the club is moving forward, and it's now moving forward at pace. Whereas, you know, with the last couple of managers, it's been like a nudge in the right direction. So I think it's great.
No, 100%. But there you are, Dark Son G. Big yourself up, my man. Look, do you know what? It was Nuno, I couldn't watch them. I'll be honest, I could not watch them. I just went and read what people wrote down because it was so boring. I would rather watch paint dry, I'll be honest with you. Mason, look, I don't like the guy, so I didn't really tune in again. Same thing. With Jose, I did watch them because you'd always kind of get like cryptic stuff. You know, with Jose, even with Conte yesterday, it's like watching a press conference in Morse code, to be honest with you. You know, you're trying to pull out what he's trying to say out of it. It's entertaining, but big up, Dark Sanji. Really appreciate the support, brother. Really appreciate the support, my man. And Paul Markey here with the super chat. He says, in the past few games, our midfield of Højbjerg and Skip have been badly exposed as slow in transmission forward and poor in recovery. Who wants to take this one?
Yeah, I think that's been. Yeah, I was wondering where that subject come up today, because the last two games have been very. Huh?
I have a question on it next too.
All right, yeah, no, I think they were very. The last two games have, like, neither Skip nor Højbjerg played well. That's all I can say in either game, and it's a little bit concerning. Maybe the talk has got back to Højbjerg. Maybe he's on the move. Nuno doesn't like that type of player, but yeah, it is a bit concerning. And I'd say that's another avenue after the defense he's going to be looking at to see how we can, you know, what was a very good partnership for the first few games has just slipped back a bit for whatever reason, you know. So let's hope it's temporary and that they're back to form today. But it wouldn't, and as I said in one of the chat yesterday, it would not surprise me a little bit today if we saw Harry Winks playing against Everton. It might not be a popular opinion, but I just, from reading between the lines on things, I think Skippy might be rested for this one.
Do you know what? I think you're correct there. I had that feeling too. Honestly, I wanted to go back to bed when I started thinking things like that. I was like, David, you're crazy. But honestly, no, I think he could play today. I think he might play today because, look, I've said it already. You need that guy in the midfield that can get on the ball and be comfortable on the ball. Look, whether Winks takes it or not, if he does play, it remains to be seen. Hopefully he does, because we need him, because we need to get the results. But it remains to be seen. But it'll be interesting to see what he does with the midfield, Paul Mark here. It really will. Look, the other option he has is maybe taking out a Lucas or either Son or Kane and bringing in an extra midfielder. I don't know whether he wants to do that. I'm not sure, you know. It's going to be a tough one. But look, hopefully that's why Conte was over an hour late to his press conference. He's trying to solve the midfield issue. Hopefully that is the case, Paul Markey. Hopefully that is the case. But big yourself up, Paul. I hope you're keeping well. Really appreciate the support, my man. Really appreciate the support. Where was I? Where am I? Yeah, so look, Phil Latis against Vitesse. Lots of fans thought the midfield of Højbjerg and Skip was bypassed way too often and easily. If we played the same lineup of those two in the middle and Lucas, Kane and Son up front, Will we experience the same problem today, what we did in the Vitesse match? Simply put, do we need to put an extra body in midfield?
Absolutely, because if you've got them playing as a front three, I'm presuming you're going to have Lucas out on the right there, almost like a right winger, but you've got the wing backs, and Emerson showed the other night that he did a great job. So I think you want a number 10 or a cam that's just slightly further ahead of your two defensive midfielders, just to be able to knit the passes together and just tie up the front and obviously that midfield. And somebody like Tanguy or possibly Lo Celso, but obviously it looks like it's going to be Tanguy. I think he'll be your starter because he can put his foot on the ball, he can pick out a pass, he can move himself forward, and it's just a better balance. When we like mapped out the teams the other night, there was a big gaping hole, and then it's like you're trying to put Son or Lucas in there, but I think Son and Kane will start up front. I think he likes the two, doesn't he? He does his 3-5-2. So that's where I see Lucas being a different player. So whether he drops in and is a cam, I don't know. But I'm thinking today it's going to be Ndombele.
Yeah, interesting. Look, I think it could be today as well. I think it could be Philip. Extra man in midfield, or simply just take one of Skip and Højbjerg out and put someone else in.
Well, I did read somewhere like yesterday that possibly the way Conte, is going to play this, is going to play Harry Kane and Son up front, which would negate the need for Harry Kane to drop deep. So leave the three in midfield, put Ndombele in beside Skip and Højbjerg or Winks and Højbjerg or whoever, but leave the two, leave Harry Kane up the top, and let rather than having to have what he's had to do lately is dropping back to make the chance. Let's face it, nobody's creating chances for Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So we need to have somebody in there that's going to do that, and it probably is Ndombele, because I don't think Lo Celso. To be honest, I don't think Conte fancies Lo Celso. I just have this feeling he could be another one that could be on the packing his bags in the summer, But for a game like today, listen, it's not Liverpool, it's not Man City we're playing. I don't think we have to be ultra cautious and put an extra midfielder in there. I mean, I would stick with the attacking. The attacking. Let's face it, Everton. If Watford can put 5 past Everton at their place, Jesus, I mean, with their lack of firepower, what can we do to them? So no, for today, I would stick with it. I would go with the 5-3-2 formation, and try it out. Let's see how it goes. Okay, when you're playing different teams, adjust it accordingly. But I think Everton's confidence, our confidence might have been bad up to last Thursday. Everton's is on the floor at the moment. I saw them play. I saw the first half of the game against Wolves there on Monday, and Wolves should have been 5 or 6-0 up at halftime.
Yeah, they were
no
awful.
Exaggeration. Okay, it was a bit more even in the second half, but they still lost, and they were well beaten in the end.
Yeah.
So let's not fear Everton. Let's go at them straight away.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Look, they are there for the taking. They're awful. They are awful at the minute. The core is out. Calvert-Lewin's out. They lack in midfield. They lack going forward. Look, for me, I think we should be winning today. Big up Bob Spur. Yeah, I think Phil actually touched on that. Josh, do you want to touch on it? Where Conte says, I understand the club had to make some sacrifices. What do you think he meant?
I just think that it's clearly obvious that the plans are in place, that the money's there for him to spend, which may or may not have been diverted from somewhere else. It may have come from Joe Lewis. Wherever it's come from, none of us really care because it's going to invest in our football team. And I think it's a big change. 2 weeks ago, that certainly wasn't the plan. There was no way Levy's thinking, do you know what, I'll give Nuno 100 million in January. But results, probably a little bit of the fan reaction against the Man U game. So, that would have been great because as soon as Levy's targeting, he wouldn't have liked it. And I'll give them their dues. Paratici obviously stepped up and went and did the business there and then. So I think that's the biggest thing is hopefully they're going to put the football club, as in Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, as the number one priority, not the Tottenham Hotspur PLC, not the stadium, not Lady Gaga, any of that. It's about the team, because the team breeds success and it brings everything into the club.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. Josh, back to what we were talking about in the midfield as well. How does Conte solve this issue?
Well, you've obviously seen the lineup that I want to see. And I think I'd like to see him play one CDM and one cam. Just so we got more an attack in front. I think the one that I would go with out of the two would probably be Højbjerg, and then you're playing Ndombele as a cam. Then you have Son and Mora on either side, with Kane as a solo striker up front. But you have Son and Mora being able to track into the space to score goals. So they kind of got like a free role as such. But that's what I'd like to see. Whether that's what we see or not is a completely different matter. But I think primarily what we need to be focusing on is the counter attack and the attacking style of the football that we know and love. But I think that's the way to go about it. In terms of Thursday, like, they did seem to get through the midfield quite easily, very easily. Skipping Højbjerg. For me, Højbjerg just doesn't play the style of football that you expect him to play. Well, the style of football that Conte wants him to play doesn't suit Højbjerg at all. Højbjerg likes a deep line midfielder who can pick out a pass from 50 yards down the pitch and actually make himself into space. Højbjerg isn't fast. He can hold the ball. He can muscle someone off the ball, and he can play it out. But he won't. He never plays forward. Doesn't play forward as much as I'd like him to. I just don't think Højbjerg plays that kind of football. Skip is yet to be seen. Skip's not really been given a chance. Højbjerg's been with us for over a year now. Skip's been with us since the beginning of the season. I'd like to see Skip given a chance. But no, I think if I'm going to pick one, it has to be Højbjerg.
Højbjerg, yeah. Interesting. Look, for me, I'll be honest with you, kind of along the lines of Philip Brady. I'll be honest with you, I'd sacrifice Lucas and I'd bring in Ndombele. I'd put Ndombele on one side of the midfield. I'd put Højbjerg the other, with Skip as your holding midfielder, and Skip doesn't go anywhere. He just protects anything that comes at that back line. That way then you can have Ndombele getting forward, you can have Højbjerg getting forward, and let's see what they can do. That's what I would do in the midfield, and I'd just go with Kane and Son up top. Son constantly just running in behind, and Kane dropping deep to pick up the ball. I'll maybe switch it up between them at times. That's what I would be doing. But it is clear to see, I do think we need another player in midfield, or even taking out Skip, bringing in Ndombele, and maybe even keeping Lucas in there in sort of a cam role. But we need someone that can get on that ball in a deeper position. It's badly needed. And hopefully Ndombele is the guy, because I'll be honest with you, look, not one of us really mentioned Lo Celso, so I'll ask you, do you think Lo Celso is capable of the job? I'll be honest, look, for me, just quickly, I think Lo Celso is one of the most infuriating players I've ever watched. He gets into some great spaces. He gets into some great areas to be able to make passes, and then just does the complete wrong pass. The one against United with the outside of the boot, I just don't understand it. Son's travelling. He's running towards goals. Now, if you're going to hit it with the outside of the boot, it has to be this side of Sonny, so it's into his path. He doesn't hit, it's at the far side of Sonny. And the only way that ball is going is further out. It's an inside of the boot pass all day long, straight into Sonny's path. He had a shot there last week as well. Again, went to finish it with the outside of the boot instead of just rolling it into the bottom corner with the inside of the boot. Again, midweek against Vitesse. All the goal to shoot at, and he blooms it off the keeper's forehead. The guy is one of the most infuriating players to watch. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sold for him. I know people say he plays well with Argentina, but when I think of that, I've looked into it. You have to understand the players he's playing with. He's playing with a lot better players. And look, for me right now, I think his decision-making is poor. I don't think he can step up to be one of the main mans in the midfield, to be honest with you. I would actually get... Look, I know we have to keep him to January. I think we'll keep him here to the summer. But I think long-term, maybe he is one of the players that Conte would be looking at. Phil, at this, do you think Lo Celso can maybe come in and fill that role even?
Like you, I've just got no confidence. I've watched him playing for Argentina, and you're looking at that thinking, my God, what a player. We've got a player here. And he seems to step onto, London turf, and it's like he forgets how to play football. You know, like that pass to Son, I can visualize it now. You're like, if you've been better off playing with his right boot and just put it in, but it was never going anywhere. And you think how frustrating that would be. You know, Son's got to a position and he's like, I'm clean through. I've got a great player. Just pass me the ball. And he like puts it outside him. It's just no. And you're right, but the other two chances, you know, he's clean through on Vitesse the other night, and you're like, this is 4-2, game over. And, you know, it's just nowhere near. And if you think of, you know, your top, as much as I don't want to say, but an Ericsson would have scored that. Yeah. Even like your Frank Lampards and stuff, they're not missing those chances. And that's where there's such a big difference. He's just got to be more clinical. But he's 2 and a bit years into his Tottenham career now, and we got nothing to show for it. We're going to struggle if we sell him to get back what we paid for him at this point.
Yeah. 100%. I couldn't agree more with this. Philip, really, is Lo Celso maybe a man? Have we overlooked him? Do you think he can come in and do the job?
No, I think Lo Celso is firmly in the firing line for the move. I think, as Phil said there, I mean, we hope every game he comes and does it for Spurs. He does it regularly for Argentina. He doesn't do it for us. That miss on Thursday night, I would have scored that one. My eyes closed. Yeah. And the goal, how wide's the goal? 8 yards wide, and he puts it in the 12-inch spot that it could be saved. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ, man, come on. No, I think he might be used as a bit part player for the rest of the season, but I think it'll be bye-bye in the summer. Philip,
why do you think he plays so well for Argentina and not Tottenham? Is it purely because of the players he has around him and the fact that they're always coming deep, coming to him, looking for the ball and taking them off it? It's more short passes with Argentina. Why is this happening? Why can't we get this down?
I mean, let's face it, he's playing with Lionel Messi for Argentina, you know, which helps. I don't know. Maybe he's not been played in the right position. Maybe he's played, you know, too wide out. He's better playing more centrally. You know, I just don't know. It could be a mental thing. It could be. It's really one of these unsolved mysteries why he doesn't perform regularly for Spurs, because he like Ndombele, he's got the talent. We've seen it on occasions when he's, you know. Like he's the goal against City last season, you know, the one we first touch of the ball back of the net, you know, that's what we want to see from him, but we haven't seen it regularly enough. And unless now he really steps up to the plate in the next few games or next couple of months, I can see him being, you know, when the list of players goes, the Spurs release the players they want to get rid of to the agents, he's going to be on that list.
Yeah, do you know what? I think he will, you know. I do think he will. Unsolved mysteries, Philip, you were speaking of. Maybe we need to bring in Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. You know, maybe we can get that mystery solved. Josh, you know, Lo Celso, do you think, you know, he can come in and fill the void in that midfield?
I'd rather Lo Celso was never played again. I'd rather we just sold him. I think he's useless. I know you're sitting there laughing. I genuinely think he's useless.
I just love the bluntness of it.
He could not hit a barn door. He could not hit a barn door. Like, he might play well for Argentina, but he isn't Premier League material, and we need to ship him back to the La Liga where he come from.
Yeah. We can thank Steve Hitchin for this one. I really appreciate it, Steve. Thanks for the misery. Dark Sun G says, Everton is weak against high press. I also watched that Wolves versus Everton game, and Raul's goal in that game came from a high press into a weak back pass. Yeah, Everton, they are crap from the high press. And that's something I was going to say today as well, Dark Sun G, that, look, press them high. I think it's what Antonio Conte is looking to do with this Tottenham team anyway. But if you press this Everton team high, you will get the rewards. You will get they are shaky at the back right now. They are very, very shaky. At Pickford, he's liable to do anything, Jordan Pickford. So, you know, we need to press them high. Really do need to press them high. And maybe that's the thinking with getting Son up top with Harry Kane. Is maybe that Son, you know, because Harry Kane can't really press as intensely as he once was, maybe Son's going to be the guy to do that. And then you're just looking at Kane to maybe go to the next man, get onto that, and Son will do the longer distance pressing. So be very interested to see what happens. But Dark Sun G, I could not agree. We do need to press them high. Philip, you said you watched the Everton versus Wolves game. You know, the Wolves pressed them high, you know, and got many returns. Do you think we should do the same today?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Especially, you know, early on in the game. Don't let them get a foothold in. Don't let them get any confidence from attacking us. Get at them from the start, because when your confidence is fragile, All it takes is one thing to go against you, and it becomes even more fragile. And then we can capitalize on that. That was Wolves' second goal from the back. I must say, it was a brilliant back pass. It was an absolute defense splitting pass. Only it was in the wrong direction, and it was the Wolves guy took it very well, But I'll tell you one. You mentioned Pickford there. Pickford kept Everton in that game. Really, he had a good game. He saved it. He made a few brilliant saves. So I wouldn't knock him too much. He's inclined to make mistakes, but no one today. He probably had the game of his life. It usually happens when Spurs come to town.
Yeah, keepers always do when Spurs come to town. That's true. Yeah. I think we can all remember every club with their goalkeeper having a good performance against Tottenham at some stage. That's 100% true. But big up, Dark Sung G. Really appreciate the support, my man. Really appreciate the support. Guys, there's over 300 in-house, 315 in-house right now. Make sure everyone is smashing that like button. Make sure everyone is smashing that subscribe button. And guys, feel free to get your super chats in. It's a great way to help support me and Jack on the YouTube journey. And look, it's badly needed. It is badly needed. Look, like I said, we don't have anyone behind us. Making sure we get a week's wage or anything like that. So every little really does help. But guys, do not worry. We will keep bringing people's comments up on screen. I was going to say sit back and crack open a can, but it's only 11:30 in the morning, so I can't really condone that. But look, maybe
it's 12. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. It's 12 o'clock somewhere.
It could be 12. Could be 12 p.m. where Ribsy is. 12 midnight where Ribsy is. But big up, guys. Big up, guys. But look, we'll keep moving along. So that's the midfield question answered. So look, we'll go to Josh with this one. Andros Townsend's coming up against his former club today and will certainly be up for this one. He really enjoys cutting inside on his left to curl a ball in or have a crack from distance. Will he pose a threat to our defenders who struggle with area duels and balls swinging into the box? And how do you think Reguilon will handle him?
Will he pose a threat? The guy's never scored against us, never had an assist against us since he's left us. You said it earlier on. Yeah. I mean, when he was at Palace, did he pose a threat then? No. Since he's been at Everton, has he posed a threat to anyone? No. I mean, it'd be proper. It would be proper Spursy if he scored against us. Proper Spursy. But yeah, I mean, even at Newcastle, he wasn't even a threat. He says it all. We shipped him off at the right time, and he's going to be like he's going to be a casualty of the Conte train. I'm telling you that now. He's going to get run off the track.
He's on form this season, though, Josh. He is flying. He seems to be doing a lot better than previous seasons.
He's on form because Everton are shit. Like he's a relatively good player surrounded by shit. Like that's literally it. They got no. You think about it. They've got no DCL. They're what mid-table now, aren't they? They're not doing well at all.
They're 1 point behind us.
1 point behind us, yeah. I mean, but they've also lost the last 4 on the trot.
Yeah,
3 on the trot.
Last 3 on the bounce.
Last 3 on the trot. Yeah, last 3 on the bounce. We're coming off of a huge win and a new manager. Choo, Conte training full effect. Let's go.
Love it. Yeah, Philip Brady. Any concerns about Andros Townsend today?
I always have a fear of a player coming back to play against his old club. He's going to be motivated. Like I also have a fear if somebody's on 99 goals for the season, they're playing against for their career. Yeah, and they're playing against Spurs. They're going to get the 100th against us. So from that point of view, I'd be a little bit wary of him. But like as Josh says there, I mean, Everton are not good. I mean, if he's a shining light in a poor team. Yeah. And I mean, I think we should have more than enough to keep him quiet. Funnel him down the leg. Don't let him cut inside. Keep him out on the wing. Keep him facing away from our goal, and we should be okay. I mean, I like Andros Townsend. I think he's a decent player, and he did a good job for us when he was there. And I still remember that goal he scored against City last season, probably this highlight of his career for Palace. But I wouldn't have any great more concerns. The thing about Everton is Everton spent a fortune. I don't know if it was this close season or the one before. And they've absolutely nothing to show for it. The fans must be very quiet because I can imagine if Spurs have spent that sort of money on players that have done absolutely nothing, they'd be held to pay for it, So they've obviously playing second fiddle to Liverpool for so long has stunted their ability to protest and to get annoyed at things.
Yeah. No, that's true. Letis, saying to you, you weary of Townsend today, or you think, like my stat says, he there's no end product there today.
Well, records are there to be broken, aren't they? I mean, you've got to be concerned. He could have a blinder, or he could be very, he could just go missing like normal. But I think Philip's right. I think there'll definitely be a bit of incentive for him. He'll want to show Everton what he can do, and he's got a good shot on him, but he's nowhere near a top Premier player. He's just probably a slightly above average player. He's just spent the last few years at Crystal Palace, and nobody went in for him, so he's obviously not cutting it. But unfortunately, there's a possibility he may not. I don't know. I don't know how well he's going to do today. Hopefully not very well.
No, look, I have no concerns that he's going to turn up today whatsoever. Look, he may be able to fire off a shot from 30 yards, but realistically, only one or two of them ever really go on target out of how many he tries. So, look, maybe have a bit of cautiousness, but I wouldn't really be too concerned, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't. Look, a good servant to Tottenham. I liked him when he was here. Ultimately, he wasn't good enough and did have to go, but fair play. But look, we'll go right back to you, Letis. For 2 seasons now, we have been shocking at defending set pieces. Again, another one conceded Thursday night. It seems like every game we go into now, we are conceding from a corner kick or from a set piece. Lucas Digne is a set piece specialist. He is returning today. Is there anything Conte can get them to do differently, or is it a case of individuals switching off, and how does Conte change that?
I just think he would have worked on it the last couple of days. You would hope he would have very quickly have picked that up. And I think excuse me, it's about drilling the players to be doing the right things, because on each one of these goals that we concede, it's like, oh well, he was a little bit slow, he was marking the wrong player. He's a tactician. So I think it's a case of, when they go in today, everyone's going to know who they're picking up. They're knowing what they're going to do. And I just hope to God they would have done some good work on it. But, I'm sure he would. There's no way he's going to let, one of the biggest threats that comes against Tottenham is from a set piece. And like you say, if Digne's back today, then, he's not going to leave anything to chance, is he? Maybe that's what the extra training session was. They couldn't follow his basic instructions of, you mark that person, and if he runs, you run.
Yeah. No, 100%. I couldn't agree more. With that. Philip Brady, how do we sort out these set piece issues? Is it players? Is it managers and coaches that haven't been working on it at Tottenham over the last few years? What do you think the problem is, and how do we fix it?
I'd say it was an area that wasn't addressed sufficiently over the last couple of managers.
Yeah, it seems
I would say it's the very, very first thing he did on Friday morning when he got them in was, right, lads, defense over there. This is how you defend from set pieces, and you're not leaving here till you get it right. That's probably why the training session went on so long. I mean, he knows where he has to focus on the weaknesses, and that is the biggest weakness we have, really, is defending set pieces, concentration of set pieces. So I would be very, very surprised if there's not a huge improvement as games go on, that we don't concede goals from these type of things. It's always going to happen. Excuse me, but it's not going to happen with the regularity that it has been happening. And you can be sure there'll be a big improvement on Thursday night, because if there ain't, what's going to happen. The guy that makes a mistake is going to be scratching his arse on the sideline for the next 6 months.
Yep. No. Again, I couldn't agree more with that. Josh, what's your thoughts on these set piece issues? They're absolutely killing us, lad.
In terms of like where the problem lies, I think it's a bit of both. I think it's a case of the team haven't been working on it, and I don't think the coaches have been pushing to work on it.
Yeah.
We've always said every game that we need to work on our set pieces, and recently it's been the set pieces that lets us down. We've conceded the majority of our goals from corner kicks. We don't there's only so much that Hugo can do. There's only so much that Hugo can do. Another thing that I want to see us work on is our defensive long shots. Vitesse really opened that up against us, and our long shots were abysmal. We were letting them crack on. Crack too many long shots at our goalkeeper, and Hugo saved the game for us that day. There are multiple different things that we need to work on the training pitch, and I think it's something that Conte is going to work on. But set pieces is definitely one that we need to focus on. I think 100%. That and our defensive shots, and not being stupid and giving away stupid free kicks from stupid places and penalties as well.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
You know, the reason why I asked the question, there was one against Wolves, Ndombele didn't get off the ground, followed up by Dele Alli against Chelsea, Eric Dyer midweek against Vitesse, and there's another one in there somewhere that I'm forgetting. And it's just a recurring theme, and it's absolutely killing us. Oh, the one Harry Kane didn't defend. Yeah. That's the one I'm forgetting. But it's absolutely shocking. It can't keep happening, because no matter what good work you're doing in midfield or going forward or even defensively to keep it a clean sheet up until that point, it's all unraveled by people switching off. Look, from what I've seen so far, there's no one that actually wants to go and attack the ball. They're always standing behind their man, or they fail to get up off the ground while their man gets a free header and scores from it. It's just not good enough. We need to be more proactive. I don't know whether players see it as their time to be able to switch off and rest for a minute, or whether they just have no desire to go and defend the set piece. Look, I have to say, I really don't think it has been worked on. I really don't. Over the last few years, I think it's just kind of like Sunday league stuff. Look, you pick up the man closest to you and stick with him, sort of thing. You know what I mean? There's no real any sort of work on it, which for me is a shame, because, you know, defensively it can win you games, and going forward it can also win you games. You know what I mean? So I do think it's an area that, look, every top manager works on every aspect of the game. So I think Conte definitely will work on it 100%. But the players have to want to be able to defend it. They have to want to be able to go and attack the ball. They have to stop switching off. And look, if it's a case it keeps happening, yeah, look, someone's head will have to roll for it, but who's? Because I've spoke about 4 or 5 mistakes there, and it's 4 or 5 different players. It's not just one, so it's a hard one, you know. It's a hard one to sort out. But look, that just takes dedication, that takes planning, and that takes not walking away until it's absolutely implemented. His plan, and that is absolutely implemented. And that the players know exactly what they're doing from the set pieces, because they're just killing us. They are killing us. So it's one we definitely have to work on. That's for sure. So it is. But look, we'll keep cracking on. You know, we'll go to you, Josh. Rafa Benitez side run a standard 4-4-2 and a 4-4-1-1. Like I said earlier, I think they might switch to a 4-3-3, put an extra body on midfield. This has often been a very defensive formation that can be effective in sitting attacks, sitting in on attacks and build up play. It also can be a good formation for counter-attacking. They've conceded a fair amount of goals recently. So what is it that we need to do in order to hurt them?
What it is we need to do is we need to be able to pick them apart. I don't think it matters. It doesn't matter on the formation that you play against us. If as long as we can pick them apart and we can find them opportunities, which is something that we've been quite lackluster in presenting and making opportunities. As long as we can make the opportunities happen, we should be able to score goals. If on the other end this was a team like Man City or Chelsea where they were playing this formation, it'd be very, very difficult to pick them apart. But Everton shouldn't be that hard. Everton should not be a hard team to pick apart. Their confidence is running low. They've lost 3 games on the bounce. They've conceded a lot of goals. It's just let's just add to their misery a little bit more. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. You know, look, Phil, at this, you know, we've seen Rafa Benitez teams down the years. They're usually hard to break down. It doesn't seem to be the case now, but they do sit in and make things difficult. Can you see us getting at them today and breaking them down?
Yeah, but he's obviously got to use his team slightly differently because we're notoriously struggle against teams that do that. So Rafa might be sat there thinking, I'll put too many people behind the ball. But with the movement and the players that we've got, there should be no reason why we can't carve open a very, very poor Everton side who aren't going anywhere. They haven't got the players. And a lot of their players are out injured, the ones that are going to make a difference. So there should be absolutely no reason why we shouldn't be, carving them open.
No, I'd agree with that. Philip Brady, how do you see us getting at Everton today?
Surprise me. We're going to find it difficult. But, I think the impetus is with Spurs now. Everton have no forward motion at the minute. They've been heavily beaten in the last few games. We've got the adrenaline push from Thursday night, where at least we got a win and we scored a few goals. So yeah, if they play 10 men behind the ball, it'll be difficult. I think we have the movement to break them down eventually. And plus the fact, if they start playing that way, the home crowd is going to get on their backs.
Yeah,
home crowds do not like their team sitting back and defending. They want to see their team attacking. So that could play into our hands as well. But then again, but I don't know if Benitez is that type of manager, to be honest, especially in a home game. I think he'll try and come at us, and if that's the case, then we've got the players to pick them off. So it's going to be an interesting tactical battle now to see who actually gets up on top. And I'll always back Conte to win the tactical battle.
No, 100%. That's for sure. Someone asking where Jack is. Look,
Hello,
where Jack is
there.
right now, it's about 5-6 a.m. So he's in bed up until the watch along. So Jack will be taking the watch along while I go for dinner with the family. So he will. Who else? And we will be going through predicted lineups, Lewis. We'll all be each giving our lineup for today as well, my man. Look, back to you, Phil, at this. Is a fast start important, as you have to expect Everton to start fast and go for this after losing their last three and they're at home? Or should we just slow things down, play our game, and not be opened up within the first 10 minutes and gradually build into the game?
No, I think we need to do like we did against Vitesse, that's been missing all season, is start at 100 miles an hour, because the panel have already commented and said if Everton have got some frailties, it's going to be their confidence. So if you go at them and you get one or two early goals, then who knows what could happen. Whereas if you do it the other way and you let them build into the game, that just gains them confidence, and we don't want that. We don't want them coming on to us at all. We're Tottenham Hotspur. We've got a great formation because it's all been changed around, and it gives us the opportunity to get forward. So you've got to do the best of your with your strength. So it's just the most important way that we start at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. Josh, do you think we should start fast or kind of sit back and ease into the game sort of thing?
We need to start fast and we need to stay fast. We need to put the gas on 100%. Don't get too complacent. Let's stop getting complacent. But this is the thing in the Premier League. We've noticed that we score 1 goal, 2 goals, and get a little bit complacent when we take the foot off the gas. No, we go in, we score early, we keep scoring, score as many goals as we can. Let's try and make a repeat of who is it that we played in the Premier League when I think it was against Hull, 9-1. Let's make a repeat of that. Come on, Tottenham.
Yeah. Look, for me, I think it's very important to start fast. Look, under Nuno, sometimes we were 1 down before we even got going, So for me, I think we have to start fast. I think, look, start fast and starting the game the right way leads to confidence, leads to you doing things properly, and ultimately ends up leading to a win. Getting your first touch correct, getting your first touch, first pass going, a nice bit of zip on it. None of this stuff where we're seeing 2-3 touches, laboured, a little pass to the side. Sloppiness like that costs you. And we've seen it time and time again. So we have to start fast and be absolutely raring to go. So we do. We really do. But before I get the lads' predicted lineup and score predictions, I've one more question left. Guys, if you are enjoying the show, make sure everyone smashes that like button. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. The big push to 5K is on before the year anniversary of the channel is up. And look, feel free to show your appreciation and your support via Super Chat or two. Don't worry, you don't have to. I will bring everybody's comments up on screen regardless. But Phil, at this, after Everton and after the international break, we have Leeds, Burnley, Brentford, Norwich, and Brighton. These were all winnable games. Can we find consistency, put a run together, and is top four a realistic expectation?
Absolutely. I would say, they asked him at his press conference, what would be a good season, and he didn't say it, but we all know if he doesn't get into Champions League next season, he will deem this as a poor season. That's the minimum that he's going to be aiming for, I think. And like you say, with the run of fixtures coming up, it's like you couldn't have picked them better, could you? Leeds at home, Burnley. Although Burnley somehow got a result yesterday, but we do well against Burnley, and we just, going into all of these games on the front foot, they're winnable. And we've known before, he picked, during his championship winning year, he picked up 13 wins on the bounce. So there's a couple of tough ones in there, but there's no reason why he can't be doing that. It does mean beating Liverpool and Leicester, but I would hope with the trajectory we go on and the improvements we make, by the time we come around to Liverpool, it's not a foregone conclusion. We're there banging on the door, ready to be, challengers again.
No, 100%. Absolutely love them words, Phil. Absolutely love them. Josh, yourself, my man. Is top four realistic?
I think realistically we should be aiming for top six. Try and get in the Europa League position in fifth. I think that's the most realistic thing that we should be aiming for. I'd love to see us get top four, 100%. But this year the league is so tough. Teams are taking points off of each other left, right, and season, and it's going to take. It's not going to be a miracle, but it's going to take some hard graft. Genuinely going to take some hard graft. Today, if we win, potentially we could go fifth today, couldn't we? Did Brighton draw yesterday, or did they win?
No, they drew yesterday.
They drew, so they dropped points. Okay, so if Arsenal drop points today, we could go fifth today. It says everything. Hard graft. We have to be determined, and we have to be passionate, and we have to have the confidence that we can do it. And I think today is going to be the chance.
Do you know what? Look, for me, we haven't lost up at Goodison Park since 2012. No reason why we can't beat them. There's no reason why we shouldn't be beating Norwich. They're absolutely useless, even if they do get in a new manager. There's no reason why we shouldn't be smacking them. Burnley, we've already bet under Nuno, so there's no reason why we shouldn't improve on that performance and beat them again. Leeds, we should be beating, to be honest with you. Look, I think they're on a bit of a downward slope, so we should be beating them. You look at Brentford, okay, it's going to be a tough game, but realistic, we should be outplaying them and beating them. And Brighton as well. These are teams that, if you have any aspiration of wanting to be, any aspirations of wanting to be one of the top teams, this is what you have to do. You have to be beating these teams and be beating them convincingly. And I have no doubt that we will, I have no doubt that we will. When we beat them, all of a sudden you're sitting in and around, you're probably sitting inside the top four, to be honest with you, if you go on that 5-6 game streak. Then after that, yes, you have Leicester and Liverpool. But hopefully everything we've done to be able to get to them games, and if we do get the results we need, you might get one or two draws in there, but, that'll breed confidence. That'll breed going into the into them games. It'll breed confidence. Well, hopefully we have our style of play up and running as well. And it'll be absolutely, hopefully then by the time Liverpool and Leicester come out. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I really want to beat Liverpool. I can't look at my sister's boyfriend across at the Christmas dinner table, because I'm just going to want to hop across and attack him just because of he's a Liverpool fan and stuff like that. So look, the next 5 games after today, the next 5 games are all winnable, even to today's game. And so look, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. There is no reason. Well, sitting here right now, we cannot be in top 4 come Christmas Day. There is no reason whatsoever. Big up, the truth sets you free. Wow.
Jesus Christ. I sat there when that come from, I was like, what?
My man, I don't know if it was a typo or not, but my man, look, I really, Jesus Christ, I really do appreciate it. And he says, love you guys. Come on, you Spurs. The truth sets you free. My man,
Up the Spurs.
I really do appreciate it, brother. I really do appreciate it. This guy's a Roy Keane lover, just like me. So I have good respect for the truth sets you free. He loves Roy Keane like me. And no, look, my man, I really do appreciate it. You're far too generous, far too kind. Honestly, thank you so much, my man. I don't know what to say to you. It's a massive, you have no idea. It's a massive help, my man. It really is a massive help. So really, thank you so much, my man. Thank you so much, brother.
Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano's coming soon.
Kuva99 says, not just win all of those games, dominate and intimidate them, crush them and make teams shit their pants at the top. They have to play us next. Come on, you Spurs. Phil Letitia, you're nodding your head. Looks like you want this one.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It's, and I think somebody put a comment in earlier that, we need to set our stall out that this is how Tottenham Hotspur play. They dominate games, they score goals, they don't concede goals, so that when your other teams are playing Tottenham, they're thinking, oh, we've got to change our formation. Not us. You want them doing that. But we want to win it with, with style and, dominating the games and everything. Just means that you don't get to 3-0 up against Vitesse and then think, right, that's it, job done. You keep going. And if you hit 7 or 8 goals, then do you know what? That's even better, because that confidence will just, boost the whole of Tottenham, but it will also send a big warning out to the rest of the teams in the Premier League that are coming to face us, because we are Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I could not agree. We are Tottenham Hotspur, and couldn't agree more, Kuva. Dominate, intimidate, and ultimately crush them, my man. Make them realize they don't want to play against us. Big yourself up, Kuva. Really appreciate the support, brother. And the truth sets you free says, I'm just here to help. My man, you have no idea. It's an absolute massive help, my man. I really, really do appreciate it, brother. I really do appreciate it. You really don't have any idea how it helps. And HB, I was doing mechanics and stuff like that. I became very, very ill, my man. Very ill. So I kind of had to stop doing that, and at the rate I was doing it and stuff like that. So this is what I'm doing now, my man. And look, honestly, I'll be honest, look, all the shows that I put together, the research and everything else, talking about 6 or 7 hours during the day to get everything ready for the show in the evening, or a show like this the next morning and stuff like that. Really appreciate it. But truth sets you free. You're an amazing man. I don't know whether you're supposed to do $1.24 or not, but let me know if it was a mistake, my man. I will sort it out with you. But if it wasn't, I really do appreciate it, brother. I really do. Dark Sun G21 says Brentford is going downhill after the Raya injury. I see you nodding your head, Josh. Go on.
I was working at the Brentford game yesterday, wasn't I? So I've got some quite valuable input on this. Brentford looked tin pot. They looked they looked like they were genuinely missing a key part of that team. They just didn't seem to have anything. But I mean, as much as I like Brentford because I work there and stuff, I've got to consider my love for Tottenham. My love for Tottenham is going to comes as a priority to Brentford. So Raha, I hope, stays injured until we beat them, and then he can come back and do whatever he wants. Don't care.
And look, maybe you can have a little whisper in Ivan Toney's ear. Maybe get him to come to Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah. Exactly.
That'd be nice. Maybe you could kidnap him and Buemo. A couple of players there we could do with kidnapping, so we could. But big up, Dark Sun G. Really appreciate the support, my man. Let's take a couple of comments and then we'll get into the guys' predicted lineup and score predictions. Derek Hutchinson says, if we win all of our games from now on until the end of the season, we will be challenging for the title. Absolutely. Of course we will, lad. We have to win every single one. Look, I'm not going to say title yet, Derek, but I'm going to say top 4 for now. Spurfix says, Ray is a quality keeper, I must say. Old Soul says he completely agrees with Kuva. Toffee is saying fair play to the true sets you free. Kuva says, strange super chat, laughing my ass off, launder money, David. No, lad, no. I wouldn't have the first clue about how I'll be honest with you, I don't have any money to launder anyway, lad, to be honest with you. So, I wouldn't be doing that anyway, that's for sure. One Mode Ghazali says, did I hear sisters BF? We are single men today. Come on, you Spurs. Yeah, my sister's boyfriend, yeah. Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan. He's converted my niece to be a Liverpool fan too, which I'll be honest with you, I haven't really got over. I'm not speaking to her at the minute. I know she's only 4 years of age, but I'm not speaking to her at the minute. She's really upset me. And when it comes to him, honestly, I'm just going to be sitting at the table flicking like Brussels sprouts at him and everything else, especially if Liverpool beat us. Toffee is saying, right, Keane is a Spurs fan. He is my man. True Set Your Free says he's here to help my man. I really, really appreciate that. I really, really do. You have no idea, my man. You have no idea. Ribsy says, no, David is a full-time underwear model at his day job. Big up Fraser Watt as well. The True Set Your Free says, Stevie, it's usually 124, but there's been a tragedy, and you guys have saved our minds during this tough time. Love you guys. Nah, my man, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Look, True Set Your Free, do email me. I do want to know what this tragedy is. I haven't actually heard about it. So do email me and do let me know, my man. Do let me know. If you need anything, make sure you do just get in contact. I do my best to be there for absolutely everybody. So please do get in contact. Punch bag workouts, we're all good, my man. Thank you very much. Really appreciate the support. Stevie is saying, big up the True Set You Free. Anthony Keywood says, I want to see Roy Keane on Sky eat his words so bad about Spurs. He needs to look at his beloved United. Come on, you Spurs, 3 points today. He is actually a Spurs fan, you know. He was a Spurs fan growing up as a kid and everything else, so he is. Roy Keane. Look, don't worry. He's going to watch the Irish Hotspur one day and he'll come back to us. Believe me. But look, Josh or Phil Latis, we'll go with you first. What is your starting lineup for today's game?
I think goalkeeper and fullbacks will be the same. I think for your 3 centre-backs, I think he'll drop Dyer. I think he'll have Sanchez on the right, Romero in the middle, and I think he's going to stick with Davis for now because I don't know whether he's had time to look at Rodon. Then pains me to say it, but I think we touched on it earlier. I think it'll be Højbjerg and Winks, with Ndombele playing ahead of them, with Son and Mr. Kane up top.
Interesting. Look, I'm going to go. Look, for me, I think Hugo Lloris goes. I agree with Joe Games here. Emerson at right wing back, Regular at left wing back. He's going with Sanchez, Romero, Dyer. Look, for me, I'm going to go with Romero, Tanganga. I'll be honest with you, I've heard he's playing Ben Davies today. I have heard he's playing.
Hey, all about the Davies train.
Oh, look, I do think maybe you might see Davies at left centre-back, but for me, I'd be bringing in Tanganga instead of Dyer at right centre-back. Højbjerg in midfield, I'd agree with that. Skip. Yeah, I'd keep Skip. I'm going to take out Lucas Moura and I'm going to bring in Ndombele. And of course, I'm going to go with Son and Kane up top. So for me, that is Hugo Lloris in goals, Emerson at right back, right wing back, Reguilon at left wing back with a centre back partnership with Tanganga, Romero, and I'm just putting Ben Davies in there because I have heard he's actually he's potentially playing today. With Højbjerg, Skip, and Ndombele in midfield with Son and Kane up top. Josh, what's your starting lineup, my man?
I think Joe's lineup there is pretty solid. Again, Ben Davies in for Dyer, I think. That'd be my one.
Yeah, interesting. Eaton, streaming, man, illegal streaming, just like we're all going to have to do, my man.
Bootleg.
Anyone that is over the other side of the pond in America, it is on NBCSN for you guys over there. But look, you know, Philatis, what's your score prediction and where can people find you, my man?
Score prediction today, I think 2-1. I do think Everton will score because, you know, we are a little bit susceptible at the back, but I do see us winning this one. I think we're going to start well, like we did the other day, and the game's there for the taking. And if you want to find me, we've myself along with Josh and Dermot and Chris, we've just started our channel. We did our first show on Friday evening, which is going to kind of be our allotted time, and we're called the Four Hotspurs, and it'd be great to have, you know, the following that you have.
Yeah.
No. Look, you know me, guys. You know, I'm going to do my very best to help you guys out with everything that I can. You know, and look, you know, I am blessed to have the following I have, and hopefully they can get behind you guys too, because you do contribute to the show, you know, so much as well. So guys, please do get over and check out the Four Hotspurs or on Josh's channel here. Josh, what's your score prediction? Where can people find you, my man?
I am going 3-1 again. I think we're going to make a statement and score 3 goals today. But I do think we are going to concede one. It's Spursy, isn't it? We just concede goals all the time. Yeah, you can find me over on Josh the Tottenham Guy on YouTube. We've just, as Phil quite rightly said, we've just started our new series on every Friday, 8 p.m. The 4 Hotspurs. First episode is out now for people to go and watch, which actually did feature yours truly and Phil and Chris and Dermot, and also 2 special guests in David and Jack. Very, very, very good episode. Go and check it out. John Fitzpatrick is saying, Josh, where's your tattoo? I keep saying this. I addressed it in the episode. It will happen. I've just got to get a little bit of money first, and it will happen. So please bear with me. It's a marathon, not a sprint, but it will happen. But yeah, Josh RG and HD on Twitter. Follow me over there. If you want to come on my show, email me. Let's go.
No, look, guys, and I have to say, me and Jack were very touched. We were very honoured that you asked us to be the first ones. Really, really did appreciate it. We really did have a ball. Guys, I did actually share it in the community section on the channel. If any of you guys do want to go and check it out, just simply go to the community section. You'll see the link there and get over and check it out. But look, guys, Phil, Chris, Josh, Dermot, I wish you guys the very best of luck with what you're doing. And I really hope, it works out for you guys. I think it will. But I want to wish you best of luck with everything you are doing.
Well, like I'm gonna say, mate, you're probably the reason. Well, you are the reason that I started doing YouTube again. You've been a massive influence to me, so thank you very much. And if it wasn't for you, David, us 4 wouldn't have come together, and the 4 Hotspurs wouldn't be a thing. So thank you very much. This is more of a family than it is a community, and I'm proud to be part of it.
Yeah.
No, look, I really appreciate the words, lads. Really, really do appreciate the words. Honestly, too kind. You're way too kind. OG Garrett says, OG Garrett, if you forgot to put the comment in, just put it in the comment section, my man, and I will get it up. But I appreciate the support, my man. But do put the comment in and I will get it up. Top943 says, big up David, Josh, and Phil. And the Hot Spurs says 5-1 and 5-2. Come on, you Spurs.
Thank you very much.
Well, look, guys, make sure you do get over and check out Josh's channel, guys. Please do. Absolutely brilliant. I beg you, please do get the support behind the 4 boys. They contribute massively to this channel, filling in on panels, making the fan show what it is and stuff like that, helping us with watch-alongs and everything else, and just providing us with a bit of sanity as well sometimes, just when we need people to talk to.
Therapy.
So get over there and check the boys out. I really, really do. I really would appreciate that, guys. But look, guys, for me, I'm going 4-0 Tottenham, the mighty fucking Tottenham. That's what I'm going with. 4-0 to the Spurs. I'm going Harry Kane with a brace, right? Let me tell you why, because he does have 5 braces against Everton in his career. So I'm going with Harry Kane to double up today. I'm going Harry Kane with 2. I'm going to go Sonny with 1. And I have a feeling one of our defenders are going to score, whether it's one of the wing backs or one of the centre backs. I just have a feeling. If I have to put my money on it, I have a feeling Emerson will score. Right, but if not Emerson, I'm going to go with Romero from a header from a corner. That's what I'm going to go with. But I'm going 4-0 Tottenham Hotspur. Look, fuck it. The delusion's back. Conte is here. We're on the Conte Express. The delusion is back. Why can't we smack these 4-0? Watford put 5 by them. They're absolutely crap at the back line. Let's fucking do it. OG Garrett says, just wishing all you guys well. Not as much as truth, but I hope it helps. No, my man. I really appreciate it, brother. I really do appreciate it. You're an absolute legend. Really appreciate it, OG Garrett. Really do appreciate it. Well, time to get on board there you are, guys. It's time to get on the Conte Express, guys. All aboard. Choo-choo. But look, we are going to end it off here. Absolutely love it. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you to Phil Latis. Thank you for Josh, and thank you to Philip Brady as well for getting up so early this morning and coming on and doing this. It's not an easy thing to do. So I really appreciate, the guys taking the time out to come on and form this panel this early in the morning and helping me get through this. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody else around the world that's woke up so early or whether stayed up late just to watch this as well, the pre-match build-up. I really, really do appreciate you guys. Thank you to everybody who smashed that like button. Thank you to everybody who smashed that subscribe button. And thank you to everybody, you know, for the massive help on the super chats. You have no idea how much they really, really do help the channel. Not just me, but every content creator. Every content creator, you know, it's a massive, massive help out there. Where you can, do try and support your favorite channels, guys. Really do. But look, I want to say, just honestly, from the bottom of my heart, a massive thank you to everybody that's forming this community. It's absolutely incredible. But look, guys, it's time to go and kick back, you know, get the cans out, you know, send the missus out shopping, tell her to get out your way and just sit back and enjoy the game. That's what it's about. Come on, you Spurs. And in Conte, we trust, baby.
Up the Spurs.
Let's have it. Make sure you're back here for the watch along, starting at 1:45, guys. Make sure you are back here for that. And I'll see you all again later on tonight for a review of the game as well. Come on!
Spurs. Up the Spurs.